Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock, and let's identify going into this coming week, are we going to see a massive big crash to the downside, or can we expect some upside on Nvidia? What are the price action areas and levels to watch, and all in all, what is price action telling us, what is the data telling us? All of that is what we'll be taking a look at in this video for Nvidia stock. Also, I would like to point you to my Junior Trader Dividend Investing channel. Link to this channel you will find in the description of this video below. I did a video just recently that is talking about my portfolio for the end of the month update. That is all the dividends and profits and position sizing, how everything is looking like, what is my plan moving forward. All of that I have shared in this last video that I have done on my channel. I hold Tesla ETF, Nvidia ETF, Amazon ETFs, utility ETFs, finance ETFs, energy ETFs, you name it, right? And it's a balanced portfolio, public facing balanced portfolio that I have been building for you all. So subscribe here as well to this channel if you are interested in following along in this journey, and link, as I said, you will find to this channel in the description of this video. All right, let's kick things off for Nvidia. And before that, I also want to let you know none of this is any financial advice, and it's only for education purposes. All right, now, so couple of things. Now, as you are aware, we had Nvidia's earnings, and this thing fell after earnings, but it has stabilized itself, right? It didn't just crash right away. It stabilized, but stabilized still in the downward structure. Yes, we are not seeing a continuous crash, but we are seeing that the structure has still broken 122 and 42 cents. We broke that level. That was a structural break on Nvidia, and one of my tools has already shown that we are in the bearish structure. Now, throughout this video, you will see a lot of my tools that I'll be using, and if you need access to my tools, links are in the description below of this video. Now, what I also want to point you to is the short volume data. Now, if you have been seeing my videos, you are aware about this huge short volume data that was coming in last 2 weeks until earnings, right? So 8 days, 7 to 8 days, we had this huge short volume data kept coming in, and short sellers were finally able to push it lower, right? And earnings worked out in the benefit, at least in the price action for the short sellers, right? Now, the last day, that is on Friday, we don't see much short volume. It's 25. It is back to normal. So this shows you the importance when short volume percent or the traders in high short volume comes at certain areas, right? In a particular stock, for Nvidia example, anything above 30 is huge, and we were seeing like 36, 37. So that's something you can't ignore, right? That will play a role in the price action, either for the squeeze if the level breaks, or structure break to the downside, which starts benefiting short sellers, right? So these short sellers right now have no obligation, no concerns to cover their position, because technically price has broken the structure by breaking below 122 and 42 cents, and it's in their benefit. Now, one more thing though I want to mention, that is, and as I said, last day we didn't have high short volume, so again, it's not back to normal. It's this 130 is the zone where a lot of short sellers came. Now, what I want to mention is that there is a possibility, either, again, there is a big massive move that's going to happen, and this coming week for sure. All right, and what is that? Now, there are a couple of levels that I want to provide you here. So here's the thing. When you see so many high short sellers, guys, they're not just gonna be happy with $5 move or $10 move. They want to push it much lower. All right, so I'm pretty sure they are still piled up. All right, they didn't get the move that they were expecting still on Nvidia. All right, $118 level continues to hold with 20 days moving average support. It still continues to hold even after all that debacle of earnings crash after earnings. I mean, $118 has a huge importance due to a lot of a price action reaction, and it's still holding that. What are those levels to watch? Well, first of all, below 118, as if we start to lose this with 20 days moving average, I'll show you a couple of things on lower time frame. that's when a big crash is possible, and that's what will lead us to $106. All right, we need to see a candle close like that, right? Right now things are getting bought back up above 118. Right now, let's go to the hourly interval first, and then we'll take a look at 5 minutes as well. Now, the level that I want to point your attention to for the upside as well. Right now, I would say intraday upside is still possible, and I'm gonna highlight a level. My indicator has already marked the level, but if you need access to my tools, links in the description below. But I'm gonna mark it separately as well here with the red line, because intraday upside can be played on Nvidia if Nvidia can get above $120. All right. Otherwise, below 118, it's a downside play for the swing as well and for the intraday as well. This is all what you need to see, at least for Monday, just these two levels. All right, 120 and 118. Either side break, at least intraday, is that directional play. With the stop loss on the other side, you have to have a stop loss. All right. Now, both sides price action holds equal weight here, guys. Okay, why so? So I just showed you this pivots at 120, but let's go to the 5 minutes interval. Things will get more clear. Now 120, right? Huge price reaction multiple times, then right over here as well, very close, and then rejection, and you can squeeze out rejections over here. So 120 to the upside is a very important intraday level, but at the same time, the 118 also holds the equivalence of the same importance. Why so? A gap up above that after rejection, 118 first area, second area, still trying to hold support 118, still holding multiple support 118 is not breaking. So both levels have very high importance, 120 and 118. Either side break will at least give you intraday play. Break below 118 will turn that intraday into swing as well, into the crash, just because we are technically still in the downtrend, and that's why intraday upside is possible above 120, but then I do see 122 and 40 cents as a limit for that right now. If we can close above 122 and 40 cents, that's when we have upside structure, full on upside structure again. At least that's a beginning, and a good beginning actually, I would say. So that's possible then. So just keep that in mind. Right. So, but again, as I said, 118 and below, since we're already in the downward structure, breaking below that is just, I would expect a little bit big of a crash once we start to lose the closeness and that consolidation that I showed you on 5 minutes. Right. Once we start to clear up and get away downside from these consolidations, right, after breaking 118, then definitely we are going much lower, right? Now, and yeah, so but upside, I'm gonna only say 108 and 22 and 42 cents for intraday if we get above 120, just because we are still in the downward structure. So we'll have to close above 122 and 40 cents to change full on our sentiment for the upside on Nvidia. All right, so that's that. So that's for the price action to watch. Now I want to take you to the weekly interval as well, because I want to point out something here. Now, even though as I'm saying, there's a possibility of a weakness, crash that can happen, but $106 is, I would say, until then that's fine. But I still expect Nvidia at $106 or $97, $96. It may still get bought back up. This is still on weekly interval strong demand candles that came above the previous zone, and I talked about this zone back when price was getting close to $97. I told you guys back then as well, this is where I do expect Nvidia, even if it forms double top here, I do expect Nvidia to bounce at $97 range. We got that, and right now also I would say that if Nvidia on weekly interval continues to come down here, 106 can still give it a bounce. It's not gonna just crash in my opinion. So I do expect 106 might give it a upside again, but we'll see. As for the next week, I already covered importance of the levels and the price action to watch. And that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. All right. If you need access to my tools, links are in the description below of this video. And don't forget to check out my Junior Trader Dividend Investing channel as well. Link to this channel is also in the description below of this video. All right, guys. With that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.